Hi guys, I'm running a little bit late this week because of Daytona, but here we are at Suzuka for week 7 of season 1 2021. I'm here in the BMW M8. As always, you can download my setup and ghost cars using the link in the description below. We're going to do the usual thing. I'll start off with an in-car lap with a little inset of the exterior view so you can see where the car's positioned on the track, and then after that lap's complete we will go round again and break down each corner individually. The track temperature here for this session was 29 degrees. The time and date of the race is all generated as per the race schedule for the week, and we're using race fuel as always. So good luck, hope you do really well. Let us know in the comments below how you get on with your practice and your races this week. And if I don't see you before in my next video, hopefully I'll see you out there on the track this week. Cheers. Hi guys, alright, here we go with the 154.872 here at Suzuka. Track temperature is 29 degrees. It's at the race date and start time, so it should be good to go. As always, grab the setup and the ghost cars from the Discord link down in the description. Alright, now we're lining up for turn 1, and what we're looking at is the little access road here on the left. Basically, just as the road starts, we're going to start our braking, and you can also use the orange end of the Armco there as a marker. And what we want to do is we want to start our braking. We don't want to brake too hard. It's a very fast corner, this. So we're probably around about 50% on the brakes. In fact, I know we are. And we're starting our turn in now. You have to turn in very, very gently. Too much steering angle here. The brake's going to lock. You're going to scrub the tyres. It's going to get a bit messy. So we're looking to go in towards this inside curb. And if you notice, we've already dropped out of the brakes here. And that's so we can do a little bit more steering. Now, we're going to let the car float out. And then we're going to bring the braking up no more than about 40%. And as soon as we're on the outside curb in third gear, that's really when we're going to want to start bleeding out of the brakes. Like, we're already stopped braking, but we're still letting the car slow down. The steering angle is going to help slow the car down here. We don't need excess braking here. And then as soon as we're nice and tight to the inside curb, we can get back on the gas and accelerate out. Now we're going to throw the car over to the right. Now you can go up to 4th gear here. And some laps I do, some laps I don't. Just so happened I didn't on this one. If you do use 4th to get round this first curb and then bring it down to 3rd to continue round the S's here. Now everything in this S's section is all about attacking the kind of late apex on the curb. So we're looking to really attack with the accelerator as we're exiting on the second half of the curbing of each of these corners. So we're attacking out there, then we're easing out, we're attacking here. We don't want to come out too far over to the left. I was a little bit further over to the left than I would have liked here, but we swung it anyway. So we're gonna come out the gas, we're doing our turn in, and we're getting tight to the curb, and then we're attacking the second half of this curbing here. Again, we don't want to come out too wide here. Now this last curve round to the right, the last part of the S's, it's very important that we come out nicely over to the left here. It's a very long and it's very easy to scrub too much speed. You need a good entry in. So we barely touch the brakes here. Now, generally, the rule of thumb is you should never not be braking or accelerating in your race car. That is a good rule, but obviously there's always exceptions, and I really do feel like this corner is an exception. The steering angle is enough to bleed enough of the speed, so by the time you reach our acceleration point, we're already at like a good speed. We don't want to risk scrubbing too much speed by braking too much around here. So as soon as we see this curbing where there's tyre tracks, we know we're good to hit the gas. Then we're going to throw the car over to the right, and we're going to use balance in the car. So we're coming out of the accelerator here and then flinging the car into the corner. And ultimately what we want to do, so we've come out of the gas and now we're building it up again. As soon as the car bites into that corner grip, we can then start accelerating. Now we don't put our foot down really hard. We build that accelerator up quickly, but definitely, we're not just slamming our foot down. And we're looking to ride this curb round now. And as long as you get your timing right and you exit at the end of the curbing here or thereabouts, you know that with your foot to the floor, you're going to make it round here without running out of track here. It takes a good bit of practice to build it up to really maximize your entry and exit speed here. But once you get the knack, you can really feel it in the wheel that you're going to make it or not. So we want to end up exiting really tight over to the left here. Now we've got a really fast right-hander, and we probably want to brake about 70 or 80. We've just passed the 100 board, and there's the 50 board. So I use this little outcropping of sandy dirt on the road as my marker for braking here. So we're going to hit the brakes, we're going to drop it down to 4th, and then we're going to really swing in and attack the inside curb here. Hit the gas again. Now, when the curbing, the red and white curbing here on the left sort of changes colour quite drastically, it goes from a very dull colour to a much brighter colour. This is our braking marker, and we want to brake relatively straight down to 2nd, and then really swing in hard and fast and get on the gas right on the curb here. Now you can take this corner a lot faster than it seems. We've got a really great bit of camber here, so if you get yourself tucked right in on the inside of the curb here, that camber is going to help carry you around. There we go. You can use quite a lot of exit here. Any wider than this, you're going to get an off track, but obviously we want to be back on the track before the grass starts again here. We're up into 4th. I'm going to take a late apex on this curb because we need to be right hanging on the right hand side, and we're going to brake just before this curbing ends, and we're going to brake hard. Now the temptation is to let the car just swing right in to the inside here. We don't want to do that. We want to let it stay out a little bit wider while we're doing the majority of our braking. Heavy threshold braking. Now, about here, the camber in the track changes quite drastically. So we can tuck in at this point and the car will grip up massively. And we can do a really quick and strong trail brake. Really pull out of the brake as we're digging our tyres into this corner. And then by the time we hit the apex, we'll be ready to get back on the gas because we'll have turned the car enough. So we're really dragging that trail brake out. And we're at mid corner. And we're back in the gas. Got to be in first gear there. It's the only way you're going to do it. So we're just going to keep tight here. Let the car swing out a little bit, not too wide. We don't want to travel any extra meters. We're going to end up in 6th. And then we need to make sure we're tight to the right-hand curb. And we're looking for another little access path here on the right. Just before that, we're getting into the brakes. And we're bringing the car down to 4th. And then we're going to trail brake the car onto the inside curb, and then we're going to do 3rd gear, get ourselves down to 3rd. So let's see that. So we're into 4th, we're on the curb, bit of accelerator. You know, you want to keep the momentum going here, and then when we're on the outside curb, we need to come down to 3rd because we need to get ourselves back on this inside curb. And we want to brake as little as possible. We need to keep as much speed and momentum as we can here. Now, I actually slightly overshot. I carried a bit too much speed. I managed to get away with it, but I didn't get as tight to the inside curb. Really, I'd be right on the curb at this point. And we need to be getting on the accelerator as the apex approaches, and you can see it here marked. So we want to be well on the gas. Now, we should now stick to the track, get all the way around here. We can start unfurling the wheel. We've got plenty of room. It really is about carrying as much momentum around the spoon as humanly possible, while making sure you get yourself tight onto that inside curb. So, 130R, always a challenge. Always a bit grit your teeth and get on with it. But what we're doing is we're looking to the 50 board, and when we reach it, we are going to dip out the accelerator for a brief period of time, get the car to turn, and then as soon as we're on the inside curb, we're back into the gas, and we're going to maintain that steering angle. Then we're back over to the left. We're looking between the 150 and the 100 boards here. You can just about see those. Again, we have some discoloration in the asphalt. Now, what we're looking for, we've got this initial blob on the left here, and then there's a second distinct blob right here, and that is the one that I personally use to denote my sort of braking point. As soon as I'm riding over that, I'm heavy, full threshold braking down to 2nd gear. Now, if you've got cars in front of you, you're not going to be able to see that. So if you're riding close behind someone, so you can see it's clearly between the 150 and the 100 board. So if you're in traffic, this is the worst braking zone to miss. Err on the side of caution, brake closer to the 150, and maybe just ease out your brakes a little bit sooner so you can maintain a bit of speed when you're in traffic. So heavy braking zone, all the way down to 2nd gear here. Now some people use 1st, and 1st can work, but I find I carry more speed when I keep it in 2nd. So just as the alternative track layout, just as you're passing the inside curb for that alternative layout, which you can just see here, that is when we're starting our turn in. We're still braking, we're still trailing out. We need to bite a bit of this curb off, not too much. There's an easy off track here. So we want to make the left-hander here as wide as we can. And then we're straightening up. We dip out of the accelerator for a bit and then we're back on. Now, if you ride too much curb here and try and apply full gas at this stage, you're going to lose traction and it's not going to be fun. So I'm only at like 70% accelerator here. Soon as we've straightened up, we need to be mindful here that on this outside curb, it can upset the car again. So if you're at 100% gas, you can have, the car can be really quite loose and snaky at this point. So if we started to turn the car, you know, in those situations, again, you're going to lose traction. You're going to have a bad time. Make sure the car's set again. Make sure it's gripped up. And then we really want to take quite a tight turn here to limit our mileage. The line's all the way down this end of the track. So there's no great advantage to take a wide line here to carry more speed. It's just not, it's not going to happen. And that concludes our 154.872 here at Suzuka. There's definitely a little bit more time on the table. The conditions are pretty fair. It's a challenging run here, so best of luck. Hope you do really well. Don't forget to drop a like if you found this helpful. Do not forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Let us know how you get on in the comments. Hope your racing goes well here this week. Always keen to hear how you're getting on. Have a good one, guys, and I will see you next time. Cheers.